Good Sunday evening. I wanted to jump on here and um, just give my 2 cents on Shanquella Robinson. And I just want to say, as parents, we try to teach our children not to be so quick to call people friend. And for this reason, here's why. Because I'm sure this young lady did not intend to go to Cabo to lose her life. I'm sure that wasn't a part of the plan. When they was planning to go on this vacation, I'm sure losing my life was not on the itinerary. Okay? So we as parents, and I'm sure there was nothing her parents did wrong. I'm positive. I'm positive there was nothing her parents did wrong. We as parents, have to just keep, I guess, being the voice of reason and even when we have grown children, right? Because, we can't pick their friends, and sometimes they have friends and we don't even know, who the friends are or whatever. And sometimes our children keep friends away from us because they know we're going to detect if this is a good person or not, because some people just have the gift. No, that is not your friend. I can see it. She's not the one. He's not the one. And it's sad. It breaks my heart. This whole story breaks my heart. I have a 22-year-old and I have a 19-year-old college student, and 18-year-old, about to be 19-year-old college student. And before he went away to school, I was putting that in him, do not get down here and quickly start calling these people friend. You know what I'm saying? A friend is tried and true. However, Shanquella Robinson knew these people years, so you just never know. And I feel like, just in my opinion, jealousy played a part of it. And of course, I guess the big story that we all haven't heard is why. I would like to know why. Why did this happen? Like, I would like to know why was this young lady, taken out the country and brutally beat on a trip that they said she paid for. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. It literally breaks my heart. And so, so looking online, the Charlotte Observer, and also I've been following NC Beat. Gerald Jackson, he's the owner of NC Beat. What we do know is the police report conflicts with the death certificate. There's just a lot of errors because the police report put Shanquella deceased at 3 p.m. However, the death certificate put her at 5:15. She was pronounced dead at 5:15. So that might be the police report pronouncing her dead at 5:15. And the autopsy put her at 3. Okay, so, she lived. Okay, the police report says she lived 3 hours after the injuries. Okay, so the doctor was called. They Winter Donovan placed the call to the doctor, to the, I guess to the downstairs or wherever. And it took an hour or so for the doctor to get there. And when she arrived, her friends told her that she had alcohol poisoning. if she was black and blue and beat and her eye was bleeding, bloodshot red, her lip was busted, a knot on her head, not on her forehead, a knot all in her head, her back black and blue, alcohol poisoning. I feel like at that point, she should have excused herself and called the police. Be like, let me step out for a moment and call the police. Like, this looks like a crime scene. This does not look like alcohol poisoning. I can see if this lady was sitting here throwing up, constantly throwing up and throwing up and throwing up, but she is, because, okay, so the nurse said, she presented with good vitals and, she looked like maybe there was just, too much alcohol or whatever. How? Ma'am, how did she look like that? So now, like, there's a big investigation because the nurse, the doctor, and somebody else, like, how were these people, how was Dejanay Jackson, Lise Hyatt, Winter Donovan, Khalil Cook, Nazir Wiggins, Malik Dyer, how were they able to leave Mexico and come back to the U.S., given the fact that this girl was laying her beat? So, videos have been leaked out, of course. It was showing like they had tacos and Shanquella was skinny dipping in the pool, and it looks like it looks to me like they were really enjoying themselves. How did it go from that to now this young lady is deceased? And then the video, that really stood out to me is when her and Dejanay, it wasn't a fight. I don't know why they say the fight. It wasn't a fight. A fight is when two people are hitting each other. That's a fight. This young lady did not hit back. Dejanay mauled her. She was way bigger than her. And she just, you could just hear the licks. And then she got frustrated with the fact that the girl wouldn't fight back. And then what irked my soul was a guy had the nerve to say, Quella, so you just not gonna hit back? And she said, no. And at that point, I'm thinking, I know this young lady is like, I did not pay all this money for this nice place to come down here and for these people to put their hands on me. At some point, this lady had to sit and now I'm facing death. She had to, see it like, I'm not going to make it out of this alive. I'm not going to be able to go back home. At some point, she had to come to that realization, because they said, okay, because I saw the fight with her. I saw the assault between that Dejanay Jackson put on her. She not once hit her back. Not once. So if she didn't hit her back, right? When you again, a fight is two people. When she gave up the resistance, if it was planned, if this was planned, at some point Dejanay should have been a bigger person and said, you know what, plan B, because this is not going how we thought. She is not fighting back. And you could tell Dejanay got frustrated because she was like, come on, or whatever, towards the end. Get up. She was down and naked. Either she was asleep or just took a bath. She was naked. You fighting her naked with no resistance. You assaulting her, not fighting her. You assaulting her naked with no resistance. And then you can see two people standing over there recording. So this is, to me, it looked like a setup. It looked totally like a setup. My heart just goes out to her mom and her dad. My heart just goes out. And again, I was talking over with my youngest son this whole case, and I was telling him, I was bringing it to his attention. I was like, that's why I keep telling you, make sure you know who you with. Make sure you know who you're around. Make sure at all times because everybody ain't your friend. These people be jealous about nothing. You know what I'm saying? They will be jealous and kill you behind because they jealous of what you got. This baby was 25, had her own businesses, had full life ahead of her, and went to Mexico thinking she was going with her friends and never came back. Never came back. It's sad. So, and Nazir is all over Instagram, trying to put his story out, and he's saying he wasn't there, and it looks like him and him and Dejanay going back and forth on Instagram because she was like, I don't know why you lying, you was there. I mean, it's not, I'm sure they're going to turn on each other. I'm sure because they say a warrant has been arrested to the aggressor in the fight from Mexico. So the aggressor in this case was Dejanay Jackson. So I don't know if they have some last minute legal things to tie up loose ends or whatever before they come and get her. But I'm sure if the warrant has been issued, she's gonna have to go back to Mexico and answer to that. And I guess the other 5 should be worried, right? If you had nothing, and the crazy part is they beat her up and stuff. She lost her life, and then they left and came back to the U.S. What kind of friend is that? Her so-called best friend, Khalil Cook, called her mom and said, hey, she's not feeling good. She got alcohol poisoning. You already knew what had happened. Why would you call her mom with that? Why would you dare call her mom? And then the mom said he came over to her house 4 days. When he first came, it was him, Winter, and Dejanay. So you brought the victims, you brought these people who did something to my child to my house? Like, are you serious? Are you serious? With friends like that, you don't need enemies. You can't afford an enemy. You cannot afford an enemy. And so the mom was like, so evidently somebody is talking because the mom, somebody hit the mom, somebody informed the mom that there was a fight. Somebody did. And the mom asked Khalil about it. And asked Khalil, Khalil, Winter, and Dejanay, what about the fight? And they was like, what fight? There was no fight. Autopsy come out. She got a broke neck and a broke spine. Then all of a sudden, here come this tape of Dejanay assaulting her. So somebody's talking. Somebody's telling the business. Somebody's saying something. Okay, so why would you leave her? If I had no dog in that fight, right? Why would you leave? And then somebody was like, I saw online, somebody was like, maybe, they got drunk and they went to, no. You didn't get that drunk to the point where you beat her like that, broke this girl's neck and spine. You didn't get that drunk. That's anger, animosity, jealousy. That's a whole lot of other stuff. I always say, keep your grass cut so you can see the snakes. Because this story is sad. It's sad. It's sad. It's so sad. This lady lost her daughter. And then they were saying the doctor said she was there 3 hours trying to, help her. 3 hours? Why would you give me 14 rounds of CPR? Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just call 911? Why wouldn't you just call for an ambulance to get me on to the hospital? Because the doctor saw what state she was in when she got there. You can't tell me she didn't. There was no her pulse. She had a strong pulse, and her breathing was faint. And then after the doctor tried to help her, she had a seizure. This baby was not in any condition. She was in bad shape when the doctor got there.